It
That's
helps
so
us
good.
help more people
The right way.
the right way.
Yes. And ironically, what we're talking about today is about social media gurus, which kind of is our title too, right?
Yeah.
The Business Project Podcast.
Business can be complicated.
We break it down so regular people like us
Can understand and find success. I'm John Crespo, accountant and consultant.
I'm Casey Bryant, marketer and event planner,
If you run a business,
or want to run a business.
welcome to the show.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of The Business Project. We are so excited, as always, to have you guys listen in. Please don't forget to like and share and do all of those things because it really, really does make such a big difference. Yes. Helps us help more people.
Yes.
Yeah.
The right way.
The right way. Yes.
I love the segue. It
That's
helps
so
us
good.
help more people
The right way.
the right way.
Yes. And ironically, what we're talking about today is about social media gurus, which kind of is our title too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? It's funny. People rely on social media for pretty much everything today, right? And I just let's the reason why we're having this conversation is last night I came up to this graphic, and it said that 67%, on average, 67% of Gen Z,
Which is Gen Z is after millennials?
after millennials.
Okay.
So it's the up and coming generation right now.
Gotcha.
They're in their 20s now. They're even early 30s, I think, maybe. But they're in the age where they're working, they're making financial decisions, they're purchasing homes, cars. You know, they're the movers and shakers
Getting
right now.
married,
Yeah.
having babies.
There's another statistic about that they're doing it later in life.
Oh, yeah,
They're not
that's
even
right.
thinking about it right now,
That is right.
which is interesting, and I get it. There's a lot of self-development gurus pushing, you have to make sure you are rich and this and travel the world and all that stuff before you can even think about settling down.
It's about me. We've
about
turned
me.
into a me world.
We have.
It's all about me and
Yeah.
what I need, making me feel good.
And it's scary because it's really not about me. It's about, collaboration. It's about working together. It's about, getting together to get things done. But I digress.
Yeah.
Right? Because that graphic, 67% of Gen Z gets their financial advice from social media. And by social media, we're talking about YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff, Twitter. And I started watching some videos. Right?
Financial videos?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did a YouTube search. And
Because dudes do the YouTube.
Well, yeah,
Especially
I'm a
your
YouTube
age.
guy.
Yeah. My husband is a YouTuber too.
Yeah.
That's the only social media platform he uses.
I honestly don't watch TV at all.
No, you just watch the tube.
I just watch YouTube. Yeah.
Interesting.
Because I'm either searching industry topic stuff, right? Or just watching some random podcast.
Wrestling videos.
Yeah. Something that's gonna that just takes my mind off the day to day.
Right.
But I did a YouTube search on, financial advice on YouTube. And let's not take away from there's good information online.
Yeah.
We're online, right? And I think we pride ourselves in providing excellent, well thought out, well researched, well experienced
Is the thing. Yeah.
information, right?
Yes. And not quick fixes. Like we don't tell anybody to do this for, 2 weeks and you're going to be a millionaire. Like our
Right.
stuff is what actually works. I feel like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I came across this video, which I was so heated when I watched this video. I was just so heated. Like it was a video that was telling people, right, that all they needed to do was create an LLC, right? And once you created an LLC, you can walk into a bank without any documentation and leave with up to $100,000 in credit. I was like, what? Who's buying that? Like, who's?
That's not true because I know lots of business owners that have been had business for a long time and they're still having a hard time getting funding. Yeah.
Yeah. And not only that, let's say you can go into it. Let's say you can start a business. Let's say you have great credit and you have a job and you just started a business and you go into a bank and you apply for a credit card and you get approved. That happens. You can do that. But how are you going to pay that stuff back?
Yeah, like what's the point?
Yeah.
Especially when you first start a business.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're just going to rack up $100,000 worth of debt and then wonder why your business fails.
It's like, why not gravitate towards the videos that teach you, okay, take what you want as a business, right? Whatever is just nagging your mind about starting a business, take that and then let's put the steps in place to start a business the right way.
Right.
And work towards getting capital for your business, right?
Yeah.
Work towards making yourself fundable.
And capital is really important, but it's mostly important when you have a return plan, like not just to build up the debt and not get something to replace it.
They're pushing so many people into bankruptcy. Bankruptcy, and the scary part about it is it's $1 billion industry right now.
Yeah.
All of these social media gurus that are out there and just telling people, hey, I'll be a mentor, I'll be your coach, here, $5,000 and you get to my coaching program, you're guaranteed to get you $30,000 to $40,000 in credit tomorrow, and it's like, and then what?
Yeah.
Right?
That's crazy.
What you gonna do with that $30,000 to $50,000?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna commingle your personal life with your business life, right? You're gonna take that $50,000 to buy yourself a car that's not a business related purchase.
Yeah.
Right? And then you're gonna get audited by the IRS. Then you're gonna claim bankruptcy.
Yeah, and the car's probably not even what you needed in order to get your business started.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like, what did that do? How did that help you bring some income in?
You opened the plumber business and you bought yourself a Corvette.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, why?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I started asking myself, why are people gravitating towards that? Like, why are people gravitating towards that type of content? And it brings me back to we are an instant gratification society right now, and that's the scary part.
Quick and easy. Most of the time, if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's not just, I feel like it's not just financial information. It's everything. I mean, my kids, they don't have social media yet, but they do, they'll be with friends or whatever watching videos. And I'm very particular about what they watch, but they'll come to me and Colt will say something like, did you know that an elephant could be red? And he's like super positive that an elephant can be red. And I'm like, Colt, I'm pretty sure an elephant can't be red. And he's like, well, I saw a video of a red elephant. And I'm just using that as an example. Right. And so, I think that generation, when we're always consuming social media, especially now with AI and all of the ways that you can manipulate videos and content, it's like you see something in a video and you're like, oh, well, that's true because I saw it in a video. Right. And so, I mean, it's not just happening, with these financial gurus. It's like every place that we turn, we have to be very careful at, being intentional about thinking, okay, is this like, let's dig deeper into this before we believe it.
Right. Like being able to take things with a grain of salt.
Right.
Right. And say, okay, it sounds interesting, but let me do a little bit more research on that to see how valid that really is.
Yeah.
Or maybe there is some truth to that, but what else is a requirement in order to make something like that happen? And that's why I love what we do, because we actually provide step-by-step guides, like from the beginning. And you're not going to get instant gratification with us. You're gonna have to be ready, willing, and able to put in the work.
Right.
Because running a business is not an overnight get rich quick scheme. Like running a successful business, we got to do this we got to crawl before we walk, before we run, before we drive. There's so many phases and so many steps into building a successful business. All these gurus out there, I see a lot of them now going through, they're being prosecuted, they're being sued because of, providing false information, which I'm happy that that's happening. but also the people that they've supposedly helped are now suffering because now they can't manage the debt, right? And now they're crying out for help, right? And there's no one to help them.
That's so sad. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Social media, man. And I think on a similar note too, what happens a lot with social media, especially with new business owners, is they're watching other business owners. Like I follow, I research a lot on social media as far as what businesses are doing and what the trending topics are and all of that. And I see all the time. I opened up a TikTok shop and I went from, $0 to $5 million in 2 weeks. And then they like show all the things being printed and all the things. And not that that is not possible. I think that that does happen, but it's probably 1 out of every 1,000 businesses that start, right? Because there's so many things that have to happen in order for you to be able to explode a business like that. I mean, all the little pieces have to be put in place and fit perfectly. And that's very rare. So that's another thing I think is businesses, see things that we do and they're like, oh, why would I do that? Take 2 years before I pay myself, no, heck no. I'm just going to go, watch this person that went from 0 to 5 million in 2 weeks and do what they did.
Yep. It's true. And that brings me to like looking at it in an analogy of when you're growing up and you play sports, right? All across the country, there's kids playing sports. Your kids play sports, right? So there's, I want to say hundreds of thousands, if not millions of kids in our country that play sports. Because when you're young, there's a team everywhere, right? But as you grow older, right, your opportunity to play lessens, right? No matter how hard you practice, your opportunity to play lessons. So you go from a whole lot of opportunity to play. And then you go, as you grow up, as you get higher, you get into junior high and high school, the teams are less. Then you get into college. So going from high school to college, the opportunity to play in college ball really shrinks, right? So think about the percentage of people that have practiced and done, to be able to play in the high level of sports. What percentage of them actually make it to the professional realm of sports? A very small fraction. Right. So that plays into the business world as well.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah, because listen, number one, the majority of businesses fail, right? In the first 2 years. What was it, 80% of businesses fail in the first 2 years?
I think it was in the first 5 years.
In the first 5 years.
80%, yeah.
Think about that number, right? So 20% that make it past the 5 years, there's still a percentage of that they're going to fail in 10 years, right? So it's just, there's a small percentage of businesses that are actually successful for the long haul, right? Like, and there's honestly no business that I could think of that has been around forever.
No, not forever.
Right? And so it's like, how are you setting yourself up, number one, when you're establishing a business, understanding that there's tax implications that come with it, right? Understanding that there's work that has to be done to grow, right? You're getting better in sports, you're growing in the business, but then what's your exit strategy?
Yeah, a lot of people don't have exit strategies. No.
So it's like there's so much is not spoken about online.
Yeah.
All they pick is the low hanging fruit because that's the juiciest stuff to listen to and that's what people gravitate to.
Yeah.
And it's just messing up so many people and that's just so frustrating to me.
I can see it. It's frustrating, guys.
Don't take what you hear on social media for face value. You know what you can do? Even look at Casey and myself. Go ahead and do some research on us. Go online, search our businesses. Go ahead. You'll see that we're actually doing the work every day.
Yep, we are. CFD Services, Inc.
Yep.
And Local Clarksville are our main businesses.
Yeah. Go ahead. Check us out. I have no problem. Go to my website. You can call people in the town that I work in. Like, do it. And you'll see that what you're getting here is people who actually truly care and are going through the struggle with you.
I'm going to call some names and some phone numbers. No, I'm just kidding. I think they'd get a little mad.
That might be a good video. Yeah. We just call up a random client and be like, hey, do you work with this person?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
So funny.
But it shows the validity, right? That of what we talk about. Mm-hmm. These internet gurus, if you did some research on them,
they're probably just really good at doing TikTok videos.
A lot of them are ex-felons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of them just got out of prison.
Oh, goodness.
So it's like, who you getting your advice from?
Yeah.
Come on.
Wow.
It's sad. I don't know.
Well, make sure y'all do your research. Don't take it for face value. We want to hear in the comments, what are some things, have you seen a video, whether business related or not business related, that you really thought was real, and then after you looked through it, you're like, oh, that elephant, there really is no such thing as a, what did I say? Red elephant? Yeah, no such thing. I use elephants a lot in a lot of my things. Must really like elephants.
You like pigs. We know that.
I do like pigs, yes.
You know what, as well, if you saw a video that piqued your interest, but you want more clarity on, put that in the comments as well.
Yeah.
Because great. We can dig in there and we can, let's say we expose somebody for giving some false information. The goal is we want you to do it right. We want you to grow your business for the long term, for building generational wealth, something you can leave to your family, whatever. We want it done right. We don't want you to be a fly by night.
No. And we're here to help on the topics that you guys want to hear about. So that's another thing you can put in the comments or message us if you want it to be private. But tell us something that you're struggling with as you're starting your business or growing your business. And, we will dig deep and do the research and talk to some of our peeps and be able to hopefully do a podcast on that.
Yep.
That's what we're here for, is you guys.
That's right. So reach out and share this. Please share this so we can wake people up.
Yes.
Just get the scales off their eyes, the tunnel vision. We want to help people. So share.
I think people know this stuff secretly deep down. It's one of those things that you know a lot of times when you watch those videos that sound too good to be true, that it's a scam, but it's like almost gambling. It's like, ooh, but I want to try it.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Let me test it out and see if it works.
Right. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. We will be back next week with another episode. We're excited to have you. We will talk to you later.
Thank you.